Hi, friends, and welcome back to 5 Minutes with Faith in Motion. I'm Lori Bell, and today let's talk about seeds and what you're planting. Have you ever felt like you're doing the right things, trying to pray, trying to be patient, trying to grow, but nothing seems to be happening? Like you're planting good seeds, but you don't see any fruit yet. If that's you, then stay right here and let's talk about seeds together. So this week, I've been anchored in Galatians 6:7, which says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Now, that verse can feel heavy at first, right? But it's actually deeply hopeful because it means your small, faithful choices matter. Every single day, we are planting something. We plant with our words, we plant with our reactions, and we plant with our habits. We also plant with what we dwell on our thoughts with. The question isn't if you're planting, the question is, what are you planting? Sometimes we think growth only happens in big, dramatic, spiritual moments. But most of our spiritual life is built in tiny decisions, day by day. Choosing patience instead of snapping on someone, whispering a quick prayer before reacting to a situation, sending that encouraging text, opening scripture for just 5 minutes instead of scrolling. Those are all seeds. And small seeds matter. Look, Jesus talked about mustard seeds for a reason. The smallest things, planted consistently, grow into something far bigger than they look at the beginning. But here's the part we don't like, right? We can't control the growth. 1 Corinthians 3:6 says, "I planted the seed, but God has been making it grow." We love results, but God cares about faithfulness. You may not see change in yourself yet. You may not see change in a relationship that you've been praying over. You may not see fruit for something that you've been faithfully sowing into for months or even years. But that does not mean that nothing is happening. Seeds grow underground first. Before anything breaks the surface, roots are forming in the dark. And I think sometimes we mistake hidden for absent. But God does some of his deepest work where no one can see it, including you. He grows humility in private. He grows our patience in the waiting, right? He grows trust in silence. If it feels like nothing is happening, it might just mean something is growing deeper than you can measure yet. And here's something else. Healthy growth sometimes means pulling out those weeds, right? Hebrews 12:1 says to throw off everything that hinders. Bitterness, comparison, negativity, distractions. Those things compete for the same soil where we've planted seeds. You can't plant peace and water resentment at the same time. So maybe today isn't about planning something new. Maybe it's about asking God what needs to be cleared out so better seeds can grow. And if you're tired, if planning just feels exhausting, Galatians 6:9 gives us that promise. Let's turn to that. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. At the proper time, not on your time, not on my time, on God's time. So here's your faith in motion step for today. Instead of looking for fruit, focus on planting one good seed, one kind word, one obedient step, one prayer, one patient response in a conversation. And then trust the growth that you can't see. Because God is faithful with our seeds. He sees every quiet act of obedience. He honors the steady faithfulness. And He is always working beneath the surface. Thanks for joining me for 5 minutes with Faith in Motion today. If this encouraged you, please share it with someone who might be in a planning season themselves. And remember, faith grows when we keep moving, one small seed at a time. Until next time, God bless.